You know my favorite saying at the very beginning? We're live.
All right.
Or they do on.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on now. Welcome back to the If You Know, You Know late night show. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and I am with,
Ronika.
come on now, come through. I love that. That was a little, again, getting towards that NBC.
Yes, yes, yes.
NBC 1, 2, 3. But yeah, hey, thank y'all. Look, we're a little tardy tonight. It's been crazy, crazy week. We always start off. It's crazy because
It's
our
nuts.
our world is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Renika,
Mm-hmm.
I went, I did, every guy that's out here, that's listening, it's one of our nightmares is when we have to change barbers
Mm-hmm.
and because of potentially because of the war on immigration, my barber disappeared. Now my barber's Dominican, but he disappeared. Like I got to the shop and they were like, this was maybe a month ago. They was like, yeah, he no hair. I was like, okay. They were like, he didn't even tell us. So I was thinking like maybe he got scooped up or something. But then they were like, well, he took all of his stuff. So I had to go through this whole phase to be like, okay, now I got to find a new barber. And so the question is here, I got you. The question is here, should I go to Harlem,
Mm.
Brooklyn? So I actually went to Queens this time.
Like
And
Prince Akeem?
Prince Akeem,
Okay. Okay.
borough of Queens. Yeah.
I mean, it looked good, but juices and berries, that's what it's giving. So, all
Oh
right.
man, so he got me right. So my hair was already right, but yeah, he just had to get my little shine on. So I
All
was
right.
pretty impressed.
I mean, somebody's ready to be outside.
Come on now, come on
Just saying.
outside,
You
outside
look
we
great.
must be.
Okay. I
Uh,
support it. I
uh,
support it.
a real coming to you,
Okay. Coming
you
to
know.
America, part
Uh,
two,
uh,
or but it looks great.
thank you,
So,
thank you, thank you.
shout
I
out
appreciate it.
to the Bob Shop.
Okay, I have to. And it was crazy because it wasn't even a barber I went in there looking for, but everybody speaks Spanish, like hardcore Spanish. And then it's the World Cup. So now they're playing the World Cup up in here. So they're geeks. And it was funny because I'm sitting in the chair and I'm like, this is how we were culturally 2 weeks ago with the Knicks. Ah!
Talking about the Nixon Five.
Yeah. And they all in. So it was
Mhm.
pretty cool, it was pretty cool. But I hope to see the other barbers because they had like 8 barbers up in there. So it was and they work every day, 7 days a week. So yeah, the barbershop don't close. So but
Wow.
anyway, how are you doing?
I'm well. It's been a busy week. Feel like every night this week I've been busy. Tonight I just decided to sit on my couch and take a nap. I was woke up around 10 on the dot because I thought I had set an alarm. Clearly I did not. So, but I'm
Not
here.
not not, not that grown folks snap.
I mean, I took a grown folks nap around
Mm-mm.
9 o'clock. So, when we say, "Oh, it's 10:23," I'm gonna take that one today, tonight. It was because of
Mm-mm.
me. But we're here and we're happy and we're
And you know it.
well, you know. Clap
Shout
your
out to Miss
hands.
White, Miss Whitelow. If you're happy and you
And
know
you
it,
know what?
clap your
Clap your
hands.
hands,
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
So I'm
Uh,
excited.
But I will say this to all the viewers and to you, Renika. I may have to dip for like 10 minutes in between. I know it's random. We didn't even talk about this in the pre-show, y'all. But I didn't get a chance because like Renika said, she was a little tardy to the party tonight. Well, I was coming home and got to the house and got to the door. And I was like, man, I forgot to throw this away. And I live in a building, so you put it in a trash compactor.
Mhm.
I go and put my trash in a trash compactor. And as I'm walking away, all I hear is my damn keys in the trash compactor, y'all. Fell in the damn trash compactor. So I had to call the super. So I'm waiting on the super. So if y'all see my phone go off, I gotta get up. I gotta go get my keys because if not, I mean, yeah, I got movement going on. I got a flight in like 12 less than 12 hours, so I cannot lose my keys at this time. So yeah, I'm a little on pins and needles, y'all, tonight. So yeah, Renika. And last thing though, I got a good luck charm. Shout out to Renika. She gave me this shirt. I got it. On
If you know, you know. That's one of Jeffrey's favorite series. Like he will quote Martin all day to the long. So it looks great.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
For
it.
the culture. For the culture. For the culture. Are you mute? What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Yes.
It's almost knocked over Mr. Fantastic. That shirt. Almost. But Brandy said almost don't count.
Oh, almost doesn't count.
So,
Aunt Teeny and Teach Teach have chimed in. They're like, listen, we're ready.
oh
Just
man. Oh man. Oh man. My bad. My bad. We were just catching up. It's Thursday. We got a lot going on. We got a lot
Mhm.
going on. So, of
Mhm.
course, as we said, welcome to the If You Know, You Know late night show. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and I'm with Renika. And we're going to give our, as we call it, our PPP, which is a little politics, a little pop culture. And we always got to give something for the people. All right. So, and then in addition to that, we're gonna play our numbers game. So we
Mhm.
want you guys to put in the text box from 60 to 3,000. And I know somebody say 60. You don't start at zero. Well, we've been doing this for a little minute, and question 0 through 60 is gone. So we would prefer for you to stay in between 60 and 3,000. And then what we do? What else you gonna do? We
Oof.
I
We be
think that's
just
about it.
outside. That
I
is
think that's
it.
about it. I
But,
think that's about it.
more importantly is that for you all that we try to chime in throughout the show is to make sure that you hit that arrow at the bottom of your screen to share with others. Because, who wants to have fun by themselves? Sometimes you do. But when it comes to the If You Know
Oh,
You Know late night show, right, right. And when it comes to the If You Know You Know late night show, yeah, I just kind of
don't try to
yeah,
stumble. Don't don't try to stumble over that speed bump.
yeah. Just make sure that you are able to share it with your network so we can all have fun. And I believe that was a quote from a Biggie song by somebody that is, you
By
know,
Diddy.
yeah, I didn't want to. Okay, the numbers are already coming in. But yeah, be sure to share your numbers with us and we will get this party started quickly.
You get this party started right.
Mm, 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 mm.
All right, well, I guess I'm diving right on in on this.
All right now. Because I honestly feel like people were sending us topics to talk about. So, Jeffrey, take
So
it
I
away.
definitely look, almost fell out my chair. I'm trying
As
to make
Jennifer
sure.
chimes in.
Look, definitely appreciate the feedback from the viewers, and we definitely would have to talk about it. But the first thing I'm gonna just tell y'all initially what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about the Supreme Court. I'm gonna talk about Iran, its
Mhm.
cost, and its challenges. And then I want to talk about. I'm gonna go low because maybe an hour before I jumped online, I got an opportunity to read that there's going to be a settlement in the city of Benton Harbor for water.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do want to touch a little bit on that. All right. So those are three things. So if you got questions in between, just drop it down in the text box. But that's what I want to talk about. The first thing, like I said before, I want to talk about the Supreme Court decision. I don't know. People are like, "What do you mean Supreme Court decision?" Well, every summer, this is when the Supreme Court shows its favor or or its folly for some, because this is when they give decisions on court cases that have drummed themselves up. So it may have drummed themselves up to the Supreme Court. So it may have started in a lower court and then it been appealed and appealed and appealed all the way to the Supreme Court. Usually takes years, for it to reach there. But the one decision that I want to talk about that happened this week, well, actually, it was. Should I talk about two? Um, we'll get back to because I'm gonna. This is a continuation. Because the Supreme Court will do another round of decisions next week, so I'll make sure I'll tag in for next week. But y'all remind me about the weed killer. What I mean by the weed killer is an actual weed killer. That's a big decision that was decided yesterday. But the decision I want to talk about is the TPS, which is the temporary where you have workers, Renika, that's in the country that are they give temporary status so they can actually work here, but don't have actual citizenship here in America. Well, the Supreme Court decided that 6-3 that they are going to remove TPS no longer is asserted to Syrians and Haitians. So I didn't really drum down on the Syrians, but what I did see, because the Haitians' skin complexion is a little bit like mine, so I wanted to address it. And I have some friends that are in the Haitian community. That's it affects about 190,000 people with that decision today. Where they can come to your home or your job tomorrow and say, you're no longer allowed here. You're yanked out of here. And most of those um, areas where these 100,000 people work are in elder care and social services. What Haitians do for America, they contribute $5.9 billion to the economy. We're just talking about 190,000 workers. They contribute $1.6 billion in federal, payroll, state, and local taxes. So if you take that money out, you don't have anything to replace it. That's just a decision that was handed down today. And you definitely believe that they're going to micro target Haitians and Syrians out of this country. That's my first thing to talk about with the Supreme Court decision. The second thing I want to talk about is the cost of this war.
Mm.
A lot of people right now are looking at and saying, "Hey, because we've been talking about the Iran war with our country, and it's been on the news that the war is coming to an end." Well, I want to interrupt for a second because that's not the case. What has been put on the table by the Trump administration is a memorandum of understanding, which basically will say to the government that we will agree on ending this conflict in 60 days, but we are not ending the war right now. We'll stop shooting, but in 60 days, if we don't come to a compromise, then we'll go back to actual war. I want people to understand that's the difference. We basically, it's like playing the game, we pause with a memorandum of understanding. Now, in this memorandum of understanding, we released $12 billion of frozen assets to the Iranian government. Uh, One would say, well, that's a part of the MOU. Well, previously, with the previous deal, because this is something that we see often in the news where they're talking about Obama and Trump. Obama had a deal in 2015 that people call the JCPOA. It's called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with Iran. And basically, I don't want to elongate and, there's so much information. But overall, the Obama administration did not sign a MOU, as in a memorandum of understanding, to come up with a final conclusion to the war. But the Obama administration end up with their proposal.
Uh-oh, you went mute. Mm-mm. The people are upset because you're dropping knowledge. So nope. I can do a little ditty in between. Do, 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 do. See, somebody is upset because he's dropping these facts, you know? But in the meantime, in between time, those numbers. But I do Robert and Brandy. Good evening, y'all. And to my sister Jennifer. Good evening. I already know. Listen, my sister Jennifer was submitting topics at like 10 o'clock this morning. I said somebody is excited about the show tonight. So they showing up and showing out. But again, those numbers 60 through 3,000, because again, we've have completed 1 through 59 already of the questions because we go all the way to 3,000. But in the meantime, in between time, you can use that arrow at the bottom to share with your friends. So not only can you share it to your feed, but you can share it to your stories.
Hey,
All
hello.
right. Uh-oh, there you go. There you go. There he goes. And we're back. We have
We're
the
not
audio.
back yet.
Oh, well, Robert said I rebuke that devil because he's giving us them facts. Keep giving that info, cuz all right. Shoot. You all it's oh, and
Can you
there
hear me?
yes.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
You know,
Oh. Oh, I'm about to say, dang, while you were away, you could have tagged me in the Facebook
I
as
got you
I keep
now. I didn't see
entertaining our folks
you.
is that again those numbers 60 through 3,000, which I really think is like 60 through 29.97, as if you were buying like a pair of sneakers back in the day when they were like, oh yeah, you can buy for 29.98. We're just gonna go to 29.97. And Robert says testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Did Uncle Donald chime in? Wait a minute, did I miss that? I seen T said, hello, Uncle Don. Listen, oh, a little feedback. Okay. But again, you all are able to use the arrow at the bottom, share with your feed, share to your story, share to even a group that you're in. That's where the big bucks start rolling in. When you start sharing it to groups as well. Yes, there goes Uncle Donald. What up, Miss Williams and my beloved nephew? Hey, Uncle Donald. And then on top of that, you can submit a number. I know you're probably thinking like, man, It's been so many weeks that they've been doing this. They've probably already used my number. It's okay. Submit it anyway. Because maybe we have not. Listen, I want to every week I shout out Aintini. Aintini is also if you are in the active in the comments, it's Christina. She submits a number every week, and somehow we haven't done it. And when I say that number usually hits me right here on the ticker, it has you thinking and has you having all the feels. So again, that's why numbers are so important. You just don't know what you're going to learn about Jeffrey and myself because we answer those damn questions live. You can't hear me? What the fa la la? We answer them live on the show. I'm just going to keep talking until Jeffrey's able to hear me. And you know what? That's when you know that the show is going to be really good tonight. Robert has chimed in and says, here we go. Ronika was a bad day today after I pulled my hamstring last night, but you made my day with that video of Cooper getting arrested. That okay, see, that was Cooper's cousin. I don't know what kind of drugs he had in his bag, but that was definitely, listen, with the hoodie and everything. We're just here to provide a service, and that is entertainment. Can you hear me now, Jeffrey?
Yes, again.
I can hear you too.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes,
And he's
yes.
back.
Sorry, everybody, with the little
No, sorry. Yeah.
technical difficulty. Jeez,
It's
that
okay.
that that monkey wrench. But let's get back to it.
The show must go on.
Yeah. Um, but where I was last at, um, with the Obama administration, with the conclusion of their deal, the JCPOA in 2015, they proposed that they were going to give $400 million. Now, realistically, the actual total was 1.3 billion. Now, some people would say, now that's a lot of money. But the 400 million was the money from what they proposed, which was to unfreeze the assets, but make sure there was no nuclear bomb with Iran. That means you couldn't enrich uranium or any of that. The $1.3 billion was in interest, as in this was dollars that was frozen from the initial conflict with Iran from 1979. So they had 1.3 billion dollars just sitting there since 1979. And they said, hey, we're going to give you that. Now, in accordance to this current deal by the current administration, this current administration basically has come up with this memorandum of understanding, which is not even a deal. It's basically saying, hey, we both got each other in the headlock. Let's pause for a second. And that's what we're doing. We're pausing. What we've done in that pause is we've unfrozen assets. Unfrozen assets, as in we've already given them $132 billion. As in, when I talked about Obama total, we talked about 1.3 billion. We've already given them $132 billion. As in, this is going to be the overall cost. How do you get to this 132 billion dollars? Well, 86.7 billion dollars was asked from the Trump administration yesterday. Just in if you just go to your news, I mean, it's all a Freedom of Information Act. They just asked for $87.6 billion in supplemental funding. They've already spent $30 billion on this war just to get in a fisticuff of a tie with a nation that's supposed to be so behind our great nation. Uh, I say all this when I talk millions and billions because it sounds like a blend. It's our taxpayer dollars. They promised us that it would not cost us a dime.
Hmm.
Seems like it's going to cost us more than a dime. The third and final thing that I want to talk about, because it's near and dear with me, because um, it's near and dear to me, is the water crisis in Michigan. the water crisis in Michigan. Some people say, a lot of people remember Flint
Mm,
and their water crisis.
mm-hmm.
However, this was a water crisis that happened in numerous black communities in um, the state of Michigan under the leadership of Governor Snyder. The city of Benton Harbor was one. An hour before I got on tonight live, Renika, I saw that the city of Benton Harbor was just awarded from the federal government a $25 million settlement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on that if you were under the age, if you were a minor like November of 21 or younger, then 85% of this fund is supposed to go to them. And if you were an adult during this time, then 15% goes to those residents. And I didn't really have much to drill down. I'm glad that they actually came up with the settlement. However, what I'm seeing now is yes, but the question is who pays the settlement? Is it
Mm.
the city of Benton Harbor or is it the insurance company? Now, realistically, it's not the city. I'm going to jump in here. The city shouldn't have to pay that. The
Okay.
city is the municipality. However, they have insurance. And the insurance company has what they call an assessor. And an
Uh-huh.
assessor is supposed to come and make sure that there's a limited risk, if no risk. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I'm not a lawyer. I just strive to be during one period of my life. But that means that should be the payout. So they're gonna have to go to another, it's another process. And I saw somebody in the comments say, well, all this money now just gonna go to the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be pennies, so I just wanted to see if anybody else had any feedback from it. And that's my three politics. My three politics. And sorry about the technical difficulties. But yeah, PPP.
On these, I should have backed up and wore this shirt when we could not hear Jeffrey earlier. Because you're on mute.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Um,
tough. That was tough.
didn't mean to jinx us this evening, but oh, that face is giving. Okay. I am so delighted to always hear from Jeffrey because I always learn something new. I too saw I feel like the article was posted by Joshua Short about the water crisis that's going on locally. You all have never been able to take advantage of the city because I've always been in the township. Oh, crickets. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, and look in the dust.
like what does that mean? Oh, yeah, I'm not able to vote or occupy any water or I mean I can go to the clearly I can work in the city, schools, all of that, but yeah, as far as utilizing those services, no, but we all occupy the same zip code, area code, all the above. I do want to chime in the chat, so don't forget to drop those numbers in. Tish said no, but I am glad that you're discussing it. And then Uncle Donald said this is just layer and layer of stupid bull. Um, yeah,
Come on
and
now.
ego, and ego,
And
and
the
then
crazy part about the ego is going to destroy it.
mm, if you know,
You know.
you know. All right. So thank you, Jeffrey. Um, oh, Brandy said, didn't they have a 50-year lease?
What you mean? Oh, you talking about with that agreement? Yeah, that was supposed to last. But remember when Trump came in, he's so anti. That's one of the things I keep seeing in the news or just in media. Period. He's so anti-Obama, and they were like, Obama was like, I live rent free in his head.
I have a suite in his head.
That's
A
crazy.
suite.
And then he was like, "Oh, my deal's gonna be better," and then on paper, it's just not. So you did all of that to be better, and then it costs us even in the agreement of $1.7 billion with the Obama agreement, we've already spent $30 billion on a war that we weren't able to do with. Donald Trump said we were going to destroy their military, and they said we're just going to cut off access to the world to oil. Like we're just going to cut off the strait. Like the strait is done, done, son. Like try again.
Hmm.
Like that's crazy to me. And then he looked up, and you just had to learn that from President Carter. Like we've done this that's why we had $1.7 billion of their assets frozen for 43 years. That was our get back to them. So if you think that they're gonna do anything for you, they don't care. You held $1.7 billion for damn near 50 years. They don't care about stuff.
It's getting hot in here. Just telling you. So I'm gonna pull out this card that my Grammy gave me a long time ago. Hopefully, you all are able to see it before I start my segment because I want you all to know what my name, she said that my name represents is harmony. Damn it. Harmony and peace. Harmony and peace. That's what we need right now. Because if not, delete all that shit. Delete all that shit. You know, I love a good prop. So,
Look, that the name thing that came from Vanna's bookstore.
is that where it came from?
Yeah, everybody had one of them.
Well, what does your name mean?
If you had a church going grandma, ah, you had one of them because they like they can put that in their Bible.
Well, I mean, if that's where it lived permanently, but you all know that I don't have a common name, so she clearly had to recommend that this, and then harmony and peace. Hello,
I
I
think
try
mine
to.
said peace.
uh,
Ah, that look like you about war.
Anyways, so you all welcome to. Just said the Bible bookstore is it. I'm just saying. I'm just
I'm
saying.
telling you that I know that was a Vanna bookstore.
Well, you know what? It is time for pop culture. Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause. I know. No, thank you. Thank you. I know you're waiting. All right. So this is where I swipe up and I go to my notes. Da, 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 da. Because I too have stuff to talk about. And you all can just chime in. I know, at the time of this recording, Pretty Ricky is going against B2K on Versus, and I want you to ask me if I care.
Do you care?
The only heartbeat that chimed in today, shout out to Alicia, was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go," and I'm now ready for Versus. I was like, "What? That's tonight?" She said, "Yes, tonight." I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna miss that child." And then I saw some of Pretty Ricky like dancing on stage, and I said, "You know what? I won't miss it." I also went on Facebook, and people were saying, "Oh, that's tonight." Mm. So you were about as excited as I was. So I decided a nap over the verses, and here we are. Okay,
Was
so, huh?
was all four B2K members there?
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Again, I didn't. I just saw Pretty Ricky just kind of moving. It
Too
looked
much
like
shoulder.
in denim outfits that were very small. So I'm just hoping that that was just a dry run. Okay. All
Don't be
right.
hating on Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky had a little run there.
That wasn't even my topic, but I just wanted to throw that out there during the time of this recording.
You didn't like Pretty Ricky?
Pop culture. Um, it's it's a lot of things I didn't like during that period of time. Life Jenny's is another one. Do not
Yeah,
get
I'm not a
me
Life
down.
Jennings fan
Okay,
at all.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And all
Sorry,
the
Life.
struggle, the
Sorry, Life.
struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, we are glad that you have overcome, but I just was never fan of your music. Okay, so during Black Music Month of all
You,
things,
you, you.
thanks. Put that right on the shelf, okay? All right. You all, I'm gonna start on a very somber note because I just don't know what the hell is going on. That last ransom note about Nancy Guthrie and saying that she
Mm.
is now an ancestor. What the hell is going on? Uh-oh, he's okay. Okay. What the hell is going on in my home? Um, I was trying to quote one of my favorite, before you started, no, oh, it's about to be some, Ron Isley and all them. Okay. I was just trying to run through, trying to give you some dramatics. But it's like we were trying to move on, start the healing process of Sister Nancy disappearing, and then somebody just wants to throw a damn letter in the mix saying that now that she's an ancestor. Didn't we already I mean, we always had hope that it wasn't the case, but didn't we already arrive there? We were starting we wanted to start the damn healing process, and then somebody want to decide that they want to send a damn note to someone and just get everybody just up in a tizzy saying like, oh yeah, you know what, by the way, we know that she's a damn ancestor, as if we didn't already come to that conclusion. Why would you do that, especially during Black Music Month? It already takes a lot for us to show up for our grief, but then you want to do this. You want to do this right before the BET Awards, you dirty tricks. No, but all jokes aside, I when I saw that this, I said, wait a minute.
Renika, I was so stunned. I was like, and then they still asked for $4 million.
Right. Then,
So you mean to tell me y'all froze her body waiting on? Come on now, like come on now,
at this
man.
point, I feel like y'all have done the ashes to ashes, Dusty.
Yeah, y'all playing with me.
Just give me the money so I can just say, no. I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. Quit playing with our emotions, because that's what you're doing. You want
You,
us to pay for our pain, and I'm
I
sick
lost
of
it.
it.
I lost it. I lost it. As soon as you
Why?
said that, oh my god, that was
What's the point? I'm sick
because
of it.
I was so invested in her.
We all were. What did Tyra say? We were rooting for this. We were rooting for her to come home. We was all rooting for her to come home.
We
And then
were.
it's like radio silence. And then we over here just like judging the daughter like is and not our beloved Savannah. But we were just over here like, what you got to do? Like, and then we were trying to move on. We were trying to lock arms. Like, you know what? One day maybe she'll come home.
I really thought that like I didn't think she was gonna go back to work. I thought that she was
Me
gonna
too.
transition to like the dad who lost his son on uh, what's the show that used to come on Fox? He was a former police officer. His son was abducted, and he started doing like the America's Most Wanted.
Oh.
I thought that she was going to transition into that, like a
Mm.
parent that she did not, could not find. It would give, the network would give resources towards it. She could try to find other people's people, and that, she's a journalist. I thought that
Yeah.
that's where it would have been like the proper transition. But when she went back to work, I wasn't as invested anymore. And then when they dropped this note talking about there's four, we didn't mean to kill her. Give us 3-4 million and we'll give you the body back. Like,
Like
come
the
on now.
hell? What you think this is? If you don't move the home, like what? That's when sometimes I just be like, I just look at me, I'm like, they done lost their mind. They have. They've lost it.
Definitely.
And I'm not here to pay for it to get it back. My next topic up for grabs is David Oyelowo, who you would know also was the star and Oscar nominated actor of Selma, directed by my soon to be mentor, Ava DuVernay. And there was a article in on the Root, if you know about the platform. There was it was the subject was Black Brits, so Black British people who disrespect Black Americans. So David Oyelowo was in the news for some things that he said about clearly Black folks. And if you get some time, go back and check it out. Jeffrey's probably already pulling it up over on his side of the world. But I know that we've had the discussion before, as in the Black community, about the advantages of or some of the opportunities that are extended to Black British people versus Black Americans, and how we just make the separation, and how for a lot of times we don't know that these people are actually Black British until they do an interview. I.e., one of my very favorite series of all time is Snowfall, and the lead actor Franklin Saint in that series is also a Black Brit. But I guess David said some very unsettling things about Black folks, and you begin to question of we keep talking about, we got to support one another, we got to support one another, but why is there always this separation? I know for myself, one of my biggest pet peeves is when we talk about the light versus dark, the whole colorism thing. That when I say, if you want to get up under my skin, you want to bring that up. So, what does this say to us actually moving forward as a people, um, outside of this whole level of this part of the Black culture is above the other?
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
like that you said what you was like you looking it up. So I did want to read
Mm-hmm.
it. How do you pronounce his last name?
Oh, Yellowo?
Oyelowo made the controversial statements during an appearance on a podcast, and he was discussing a sketch by Drewski that mocked Black British actors. He demonstrated accents describing Black Southern dialect as the following, and this is a quote. He said, "If you take Nigerian accent and slow it down, you put a lot of slavery in there. You put a lot of subservience in there. This is what happened." And so that's how the outrage came. As in, he was like, you take the accent and you slow it down, and then slavery, and then you be subservient. This is what happened. And so that created outrage online. And so he addressed it and said he characterized his statements as, and I quote, careless and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He admitted that he misspoke. He emphasized that he has deep love and respect for Black people of all kinds, particularly those from the American South, and stated that his true goal is to uplift the Black community rather than to tear it down. But as you were saying, the way that he explained it, as in kind of like um, be dumber, be less than, then it's easy to pick up the Southern accent of Blacks. Yeah, people weren't feeling that at all. Not at all.
So,
And
go ahead.
the I've had this conversation before where the first I want to go. I know we're talking about, oh, what's his, how you spell his last name? I mean, how you say his last name?
I believe it's Yellowo.
I know we're talking about Oyelowo, but the other actor that's British that just did the one that was, and it's crazy because I can't think of it, but I know somebody in this text box is gonna think of it. Um, but they just did that, like that musical movie, and she was in green. Her face was green. She wasn't even black. They had her green. Wicked, Wicked.
Yes,
Yes, she's
yes,
another. That's a British
yes.
actor that took as black people say, a black job because
Sylvia. There you
again,
go.
you're checking that box when they asking for demographics and it's non-white, so you are checking that box. Excuse me. And so not only did we see her, but even when we saw her on the red carpet, she was subservient. So she
Mm.
almost played into that same um uh pejorative. She almost played into that same, I know, good word.
And I was
You
like,
know,
okay.
yeah, yeah. But she played into that same stereotype that if I become self-servient, like when she was on the red carpet and they were Ariana Grande, they were
Oh
all over
yeah,
her. And she was,
yeah.
oh no, she was subservient. No, don't, as you go back to slavery times, and we just go into the text where the slaves would hurt themselves instead of their masters being hurt. That's subservient.
Hmm.
So that's what we're saying. And so if that's the behind scenes, behind closed doors, when you roommates together as British actors and say that's our strategy to get these jobs, well, that's not the way to do it and still be, wanting to be a part of the culture. Because what you're doing is appropriate. And the only difference between you and Elvis Presley is your skin tone. That's it. So
Thank you for that, Jeffrey. See, you always be having my back, okay? Always.
every day, every day.
All day, every day. Because my last topic for tonight is when I originally wrote down this topic, because I was on it. I even told Jeffrey earlier, I was like, oh, I got my topics. And then here I go, keep adding to them. My original questions were, who's singing? Will it be televised? Who's doing the funeral? The passing of Clive Davis.
Mm.
So originally I was like, man, wow, what a legend. All the stories, the impact. Of course, we're in Black Music Month. And then, oh my gosh, within 24 hours, boy, did the story start rolling in of how Clive Davis, will his legacy look like you continuously were sabotaging the careers of a lot of our beloved artists. Now we all know. Now, okay, so let me just paint the picture for you what made me have a side eye for Clive. Lean in. So it was February of 2012, in the year of our Lord of 2012,
Mm.
and I was living in Dallas, Texas, for the first time. If you didn't know, if you know, you know. And I was getting ready to go out for the night, and I was attending a birthday party at a lounge at a club. And over, as I'm listening to the radio, the news drops that Whitney Houston is unresponsive in her hotel room. And this is the night of the Clive Davis, the well attended. Clive Davis would have this concert the night before the Grammys, and then the news comes in that Whitney Houston is deceased. She is an ancestor, and I remember being in the club that night, and after a few glasses of wine, thinking, why in the hell haven't they not played any damn Whitney Houston tonight? Like, what is going on? And if you know about Rob and Big, they used to come on MTV. I believe it was MTV or okay,
MTV or
yeah,
MTV2.
MTV. Big Black. I was partying with him that night. Rest in peace.
Oh wow.
I was partying with him that night, and so he was next to me when I was like, "What?" He was said. But I thought that night is that Clive Davis did not cancel that party, even though Whitney Houston was like one of his. He discovered Whitney Houston like that was his girl. That was his everything. And there was no delay, no misstep or anything. It was like the show must go on. And for some people, it's like, oh yeah, I agree with him. The show must go on. But I just thought, I don't know if he ever had an emotional attachment or grieved her whatsoever. It just always seemed very weird to me. And to hear how these interviews are surfacing, Phyllis Hyman, their relationship, India Arie, um, and as even Funky Dineva said, we're going to, he said, I was down to support, I was down to be down with the girls. He said, then you find out, like, woo, how many other stories are like this are on the way. And then you also question, like, yeah, he had music genius, but what were some of those speed bumps or people that he actually destroyed on the way to the top? So, um, the impact of his influence, I think, will carry us through multiple generations. But I am curious to see what will be revealed over, especially the next few weeks with this. But I am still going to go back to who is doing the fume, because in true
Hmm.
folks form, who doing the fume, who sang it, and will it be televised?
I don't think it's gonna be televised. I mean, Clive don't seem like that. I think that's totally given private.
Okay.
Totally given private. I mean, because I mean, some of his top artists was Barry Manilow and Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston. A lot of those artists are not even around anymore. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And so, and like you said, Clive over time had developed a relationship in the industry of being cutthroat. And so, with that being said, a lot of people they were like, "Oh, Clive died,"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, and it don't help that so much other stuff. I don't want to sound like everybody else, but so much other stuff is going on. It's easy for you to pass by.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But total respect to his work. Like you
Mm-hmm.
said, he found
Absolutely.
people.
Mm-hmm.
The same music that we, they give pulse to the culture. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? He created a platform for them to showcase their talent. So we
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Yes. And that concludes my pop culture.
Okay. All right. Okay. Poppity pop 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 pop. True. All right. All right. Well, you got your for the people? Because I actually I can jump into mine, I think. I got something over here. Hmm. Where is it at? So my whole like little setup for Nika tonight was all off. You there? Okay. I couldn't hear you. Now I'm gonna get my people for the later after numbers.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure that I refreshed the comments. So,
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
okay. So my for the people is feel like I had one, then I forgot it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I wanted to do the job. I'm just gonna drop that in there. This is
Oh,
summer. Summer,
Uncle
so
Donald. Uncle Donald said there's a song on the Boondocks that says "Don't trust them."
yeah, that's what's his name?
Don't trust those niggas over there. When
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
shows you who they are, believe them.
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah,
That's all right. We're gonna give our people at the end. Don't even stress it. You
because I
got it.
didn't.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it. You
right.
got it. All right. So numbers.
Dun,
Look.
dun, 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 dun. We do five numbers, right? We do five. We do five numbers. and you starting with 60 all the way up to 29.97. I know you like 29.97. The book says 1 through 3,000, but we didn't breathe through 1 through 60 or 1 through 59 and 28, 29, 27. I mean 20. Oh my gosh, 98, 99, and 3,000
I
of.
don't know what numbers you talking about. You
I
sound
know
like you
it's okay.
playing bingo. 29, 27. What are you talking about?
45, 47.
Y'all better play 29, 27 in the four digit tomorrow. Renika got she got the scoop.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I got a number.
Okay. What you got?
665.
Okay.
What's today's date? 625.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll answer first too. Since I picked it.
Hmm. Okay.
Where do you lack discipline in your life?
Hmm.
Oh man. Where do I like discipline? Um, I like, you know, you to be great at things, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
And so the consistency is, I'm gonna say, lacking. But my personality kind of pushes on the consistency because I don't like routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I may have to do it daily, but what if I did it like at 7 a.m. this day, 11 p.m. this day, maybe 3 a.m. the next day? So I don't like for it to be like you got to do it. And so I just fight that versus being just
Okay, so that was a really good one. But for me, I instantly went to exercise. Yeah. Um that that consistency of or that discipline consistency of doing that. I find myself making sure I do it when it becomes a challenge for me. So on my Fitbit, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. every hour, I have to make sure that I get 250 steps in. And for me, between that 9 and 6 p.m., I'm like, ooh, I got a challenge. This is what I want to do. And I kick myself when I don't complete it. But before 9 a.m. and after 6 p.m., I'd be like, what? Let's party. So I need to be with that. Oh. All right. You ready?
yep.
11:06.
I was going back with the you just gotta put it in that schedule. But it's so hard, Renika, because I try to exercise too. And knowing because you gotta move them joints.
Mm-hmm.
Move them joints and them joints gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has someone ever been promoted over you who you felt was not qualified for the job?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Please do tell.
Yes. You said, please do tell.
Mhm.
Mm. This
The
per
experience. You don't have to be.
okay. You know,
You don't have to be direct. You
you
ain't got to tag them.
you kind of snatched my collar. I said,
Mm.
okay,
You
all
was
right.
on your way
I
too.
was ready. Like, what? Ready. And for some reason, I feel like the comments are frozen again, but I digress. Um, this person had kissed enough tail to promote themselves to a position of really deciding um, leadership goals for myself. So, cause I still feel like Jeffrey is snatching my collar here. Don't say any
Mm-hmm.
names. Um, no, I'm gonna be quiet. Go, go. Yep, just go and go.
Um, I don't want to say like I
Mm.
think you transition from school to when you're in school, you think that there's a possibility that you can get anything. And what I mean by that is, oh, top band student, oh, top math student, oh, top English student. But when you get into the real world and see somebody that you feel that is unqualified, or I would take that back. I'm gonna say I retract that statement. When you see someone get an opportunity and you feel that you could do that job, that stings. So I don't want to say that, in answering the question of has someone ever been promoted over you, but it wasn't like I knew that the position was open.
Mm. Okay.
So, but
Yes.
when they
Yeah.
were handpicked for the
Hmm.
position, you're like,
Yes. Wait a minute. Yes. There we go. Oh, with the zoom in.
oh,
Yeah.
that
That.
stings.
Thank you.
Yeah, that stings. And I've seen that many times.
I've seen it with Jeffrey and I being involved, so that's why I
Yeah,
shut up.
I've seen it many times. So I would be like, hey, you know. But what that taught me was, sometimes your time is actually I always, when people ask me about transitions, I always give them this story. I'm going to sum it up hopefully as quickly as possible. But I used to work for this institution and they would have a speaker come in every year at the beginning of the year.
Mm.
And during this period of time, I saw a transition happen that I was like, no way. I know I can do that. But why didn't they choose me? So I went into kind of like clown mode. So I actually took a tie for Nika. You know how you have a regular tie?
Mm.
You can take a tie and turn it into a bow tie. Well, I had a big ass bow tie, and some white long shoes for this event because I was like, you for that person to get that job, they had to stick out. So damn it, I'm gonna stick out. But in that session of watching that speaker, because you have to break it down and say, even though I wanted the opportunity, it's about me
Mm-hmm.
still at the end of the day. Because even if some people will walk off a job and never come back when they don't get their opportunity. But it's still about you when you go home without a damn job. So while you're there, you still got to evaluate. I got an opportunity to listen to this guy who came from Disney, and which is random, but he was in there, kind of like guest services, had been there umpteen years, and he was speaking around the country. And his thing was, he said, if they can't see you in that position, then you'll never get that position.
Mm.
Like they have to see it. Like when they see you, they're like, okay, that's it. And it changed my outlook because I was like, well, I wouldn't want them to see me. I'm not gonna have this clown ass suit on with long shoes and this thick ass tie, every day. So it changed my perspective. And I
Mm.
will say this, like my trajectory, career wise, totally changed.
Mm.
Totally changed after that.
Uncle Donald said, nephew, small town politics.
Yeah, I mean, but that was, that's a part of it. But to be honest with you, that's everywhere.
Hmm.
That's everywhere. I've seen it in the last 6 months where you're like, man, this is so. How you a small town in a big town? But I guess your area is small town.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The next number is 106.
1738.
Mm-hmm.
Name something on your to-do list that never gets done.
Um, self-care, and that even bleeds into I really want my car detailed, but I put everything else ahead of that because I feel like just kind of like your bed, you want to be able to ride like just Smooth every time. So, yeah, I gotta get that car detailed. I thought about it today too.
That's crazy. Like we're similar because the first thing I thought about was the car because I don't really wash the car often, so that's a strike. And it's crazy because my uncle's on here. He used to wash his car a few times a week,
Yeah.
and I may not wash the car a few times in 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So that there's a drastic difference there.
Hmm.
But I will go with the second thing that popped in my head was expense reports. I
Uh,
hate them, hate them.
down to the ground.
Yeah, because it's something that's due like every 30 days, like rent. So you think to yourself, like I can get to it, and then all of a sudden you are like, damn, I had 200 expenses that I got to input for this month. You got thousands of dollars of expenses. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, it's I was sending an email tonight just before we started. You know.
Meow, 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 meow.
Mhm. What
All
we got?
right. 625.
6:25.
Mm, 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 mm.
All right. If you had to attend a military boot camp, rename it based on your current fitness level. I'll go.
Yeah, because
This is Camp Get Off Your Ass. Yeah. Camp Get Off Your Ass. That's enough to perk somebody up. Because you already know you're going to camp. It's a military camp. You know they're going to really be on you. So you might as well welcome to Camp Get Off Your Ass. Not
um,
this did you hear that sound? Not my expense report coming through right then. I talked it up. Jesus.
well, mine will be because whenever I heard this, it kind of motivated me immediately. It'll be camp wrong answer.
That's a good one. Can't wrong answer, especially when you said about working out earlier. Can't wrong
Yeah.
answer.
Wrong answer. Okay. Wrong answer. All right. You ready for our last number of the night?
Uh, what number you got before the last? I gave one.
What you got?
I gave one earlier. I gave the
Oh, the
first one.
first one, yeah, six
Yeah.
six five.
So what number you got?
Okay, okay, okay.
What number
Let's.
you got?
Anyways, 2023.
It seems like a lie.
Oh, okay.
What organization or call would you volunteer for?
Um, I mean, I want to state the obvious, clearly Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, but also at this time, um, Story Salon.
All right.
I am volunteering to tell our stories. So, yeah, I'm gonna rock with that for the culture.
All right. Well, I'm gonna if anybody knows any organization that does this, just tag me or DM me. Anything with dementia. Yeah, that would be one that I would definitely give money to. Give back to, give service, give time. Uh Dementia patients. And
That's a good
especially
one.
only early onset. When
Yeah,
you're still kind of like able, but mentally you're not
yeah,
still there.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Jennifer said I would and did volunteer at Gilda's Club.
What's that?
They are a grief education center similar to Lori's place where I work. And that's
Oh,
the
that
Grand
don't count.
Rapids.
That don't count for her. She's an education. You just stay where you at. When you volunteer, you got to go outside of the box. Uh-uh. Ah.
She's not the one educating. She's just the one supporting.
No,
No.
we need something outside
Oh
of the
no.
box
Oh
tonight.
no. Well, she's always in education mode.
Don't defend her because she don't defend your singing.
That's true.
Okay, so no, no.
True. Jennifer.
uh, uh. Don't be sister. Y'all can go
That
back
is
to doing
true.
this after we get done.
Okay. Well, all right. Dibbidi-dibbidi-dee. Oh, yeah.
And that last number.
It's 911.
Ooh. Someone please call
Oh,
911.
911. I feel like they already
So we
have.
had 911 before. Before I
Well,
came.
yeah. We have?
I know we have. It's no way
That's
we've
what
been.
he's like, someone definitely used that number.
So we're gonna play around it. I knew it was 911. We had 911 on August 21st, 2025.
Wow.
So it was actually almost 10 months to the day.
How cool.
And that 911 is what is your point of no return? So
Mm.
we talked about that. So we are going to go one below, which is 912.
Okay,
Uh,
920.
are you a godparent to a child? If so, who and where?
No, I am not.
That's nuts. I
Hmm.
would definitely think that you would be a godparent. Is that intentional? Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as they start talking about godparents, you get quiet. Well, I'm looking for somebody to be the godparent. She just fades off the screen. Ha, ha, ha. You can't act invisible. Uh. Wow.
I am the cool auntie, but because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, and I think this is probably why. Bear with me. I moved a lot. Like sometimes I was moving every 6 months or to another state. So I wasn't really stable. But now I would say in this last decade, I can totally be a godmother.
You trying to be a godparent of this new generation? You trying
Uh,
to run us?
I don't know. Like the COVID babies, no, 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 no.
Not
But
the
probably
COVID
not.
baby.
Yeah, the ones that have been born in the last, 12 months. I got you. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How many you got?
Not how many you got.
I'm just saying.
I have three. And I
Okay.
do have three, and it's crazy because boy, had the time flown.
Mm-hmm.
My
Who's the oldest
first
one?
my first actually is Kia Dawkins. Antonio Dawkins first is my first. He was born
Wow.
June 10th. And then um 3 months later, Genesis is born. They're basically 3 months apart.
Wow.
And
Yes.
then
Yes, they are. Yeah. To the day.
hmm
Yeah.
and then Aiden, which is Mike's son.
Oh,
He's my
yeah.
third
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I remember going to that baby
Mhm.
shower. I was stunting during that period of time, Renika. I was working at Marshall Fields and driving to Detroit with the old school going in there.
Oh, yeah. Deuce,
Yeah,
deuce. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. That was a thrill. But the crazy part about every one of those kids, at least 19 or older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
every one of them. But it's
Hmm.
crazy because just like um you didn't become a godparent, because you moved a lot. I was a godparent, but I was never like in the same city as my
Mm.
god kid, as in dogs and them, they lived in hell, I want to say North Dakota, and then
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then um Leisha and them, well, we did live in the same city. And I used to go over and when we was in college together all
Mm-hmm.
the time, and
Mm-hmm.
me and Jennifer, we know each other from beginning. But then they moved out west. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then again, Aiden and them, they were in Detroit, and I wasn't moving to Detroit. I wasn't moving to Detroit.
I do try. I agree.
Man, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Not during
Ain't
that
doing
period of time in my life. Not in my 20s.
it. We got a whole story of me, you, Demita, and Mike in that car, and they got to shooting in
The
that
second
park.
time I had got shot at in Detroit. No thanks.
We saw their seats recline. Then we start crazy, crazy.
Renika, another time I was in Detroit, uh, one of my homeboys was meeting up with me. We was like, oh, we'll meet up at this club to go hang out. He was like, oh, well, I'm gonna turn around. And I thought he was just gonna like go, hit the block and flip around. Well, he decided to do like, a U-turn in the middle of the road, T-bone. Clean T-bone. T-bone. Like he was driving this way and did the flip, and the car that was here went and tried to go around him and popped him. I was like, here we go in Detroit again. It goes down in the D. Man, crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all, that is it. I know you're like, no more numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we coming down, look,
Mhm.
coming down to the end of the wire. End of the wire.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's all. And that's it. And that's all. I'm gonna tell y'all where you can find me though. Outside of this platform as Rodnika Williams.
Hold on. Where's that for the people?
Oh my for the people.
Mm. Don't forget about it.
Sorry. Not for the people.
As Renika gathers hers for the people. Look, look. We're going into the end of the month. It's almost cookout season. We know that somebody's going to be arguing about who bringing what next week because it's Thursday going into the holiday. Step up. Just do something that you normally wouldn't do and support somebody else because everybody needs a little helping hand this time. That's my for the people.
My for the people is listen to one story from an elder over this next week before we have our next If You Know, You Know late night show. Listen to a story from an elder. Or if you see an opportunity where you're able to assist an elder, do so. Um, Sometimes it may inconvenience you. Sometimes you're probably there longer than you expected. But just make sure that you listen to someone and their experience that's been on this earth longer than you have. So be a good listener over the next week. And that's my for the people.
Love it. I love that. Listen, don't just be speaking.
Listen. And Ronika, Ronnika, That Williams on Threads and Instagram. Okay. And then, you heard me talk about the nonprofit organization, Story Salon. You can find us at The Story Salon on Instagram and Facebook and at thestorysalon.org. Back to you, Jeffrey.
All right, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight, and sharing your numbers. listening to our ideas, and just to being part of the community. You can find me at Mr. Fantastic World at MRFANTASTIC World WORLD. Most platforms you can find us on the If You Know You Know late night show. You can find it on YouTube. I promise y'all, I will upload these episodes this week. I actually was trying to do it earlier, just got too busy trying to lock
Hmm.
everything in. So my apologies. My apologies on the technical difficulties too. That's what happened when production is absent. So you understand? So from that standpoint, look, Renika,
Yes.
good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right. All right. Y'all have a good night.
Holla.